Person 59. So we start, and your energy engages on the Rainbow Road, and as your energy kind of manifests down towards the Rainbow Road, there's this huge wave, like an ocean wave, and it literally begins to form, and then you're riding it, you're surfing this wave, and this wave of energy is just pushing you directly into the portal. And so I get that there's this like urgency to get on with the story. Typically the wave, to me, or in the beginning, like what happens on the Rainbow Road a lot of the time symbolizes more connection to the person. So like if I got a wave and a surfer, I would think maybe you were a surfer or you enjoyed the water or something. But typically there's a lot of time spent on the Rainbow Road to get a good connection to the person's energy, and to allow the person being read to feel like it's their energy. And so they weren't even giving us time to do this. They pushed you right into the portal to move into the next experience. So there was an urgency for you to move on to the next thing. And so what I got next were these 3 dragonflies. And I can pick out your energy. You're the like little baby dragonfly. And then there's 2 dragonflies that to me just seem like they would be mom and dad. And I get that there's this family unit, and it could just mean, like, it could be, siblings or brother or sister or something, or friend, really, really close friends, but I really get this connection to family here. And dragonflies typically can represent like life and death. And so I then see like one of the dragonflies get smushed, and I'm not sure if this is what happened. You'll have to email me if it's completely off base here, but this is how I read the energy that was coming through, is that possibly you've lost somebody really close to you, and there's no such thing as time delays here, so I don't know, it could be really recent or happened a while ago, but it feels like a parent figure in your life, and as soon as I recognized this, I started hearing and getting that dragonflies will show up symbolizing this person's energy, and it feels like, and you have to realize it's not just like a physical dragonfly, but it could be like a dragonfly on a bumper sticker or a painting or on TV or on the internet or whatever, but that these dragonflies kind of surround you and show up for you to connect you to this energy of this person. And then they showed me this dragonfly, like next, now I see you as a human form, and I see this dragonfly next to your cheek, and this dragonfly like soars up towards the sun. And so sun can have a few meanings, but can represent the yang energy or heaven energy, also like masculine energy. So then as soon as the dragonfly went into the sun, then like 1,000,000 dragonflies surrounded your body. And as soon as that happened, I felt probably the most intense energy in my physical body that I felt since I've started doing these readings. It was the most intense manifestation of energy, and I know that it was a gift, a message of just the love that somebody has for you. And so then as this message is received, we move now to a visual of you standing in front of a mirror, and you stick your hand out towards the mirror, and the mirror is like a liquid silver, and your hand moves through the mirror, and you get sucked into the other side of the mirror, but now you're just facing yourself in the mirror again. So mirrors typically can represent, give you a clear view of, what's going on in the world around you, but as a reflection of what's going on in your internal body. But also, mirrors can be like interdimensional. So it was really strange, and they just kept doing this back and forth, like you'd stick your hand out and get sucked into one dimension, and then you'd stick your hand back and you get sucked into the other, and you just had this really confused look on your face. And so I start asking for more help and guidance on what they're trying to convey, and I get that there's this so you just became more and more confused. And so it's almost as if there was this underlying message of, so they started showing me the face morphing. So there's techniques that people use, and I've used before, where you sit in front of a mirror and light a candle and stare at your face, basically just focusing on your breath, and your face will begin to change and morph, and you can see like past incarnations, so past lives, and you can see kind of the different faces that you've had in past lives, or future lives, whatever, any of your timelines. And so I started getting this hit, and then they took me to, like, I used to do this watching my children when they were very young and would fall asleep in a dark room. I'd stare at their face and their faces would just morph for me. And so I'm getting a big past life tie here. But the fact that you were being pulled back and forth between these different dimensions or different timelines, and you were staying the same, I almost got that there was this inability to recognize the bigger picture in your life. So past lives, so here we're going to get deep. So, if you, time, the linear thought process of time, so that there's a yesterday and there's a tomorrow, doesn't exist as you get past the fourth dimension. So all time and space is happening now. It's just different timelines that are happening now, but all creating this specific present moment. And so I got that there was almost this sense of, this is like, this is the only life, like, you can't see past your life here and now, and there's no connection to the past lives, or no understanding of what that connecting cord is for you, that's run through all of your lifetimes and existences here. And so from there, then you get pulled through the mirror, and now you're on the back of this horse, and you're charging down the side of a mountain, and then it becomes this bridge, and it's like a bridge over open air, and you're running at the most fast speeds towards this floating island that has like this castle on it. And so as your energy dismounts from the horse, you get to the door, and the castle is just huge, and you walk through the door, this is your Akashic records now. And so as you walk through the door, it's like you run straight for the middle of the room, and there's this winding cement like ramp that's circulating and going straight up to the very top roof. And so you run up this ramp, like 3 flights of stories of this ramp, and you finally come up to the very top of the castle, and you're like walking around the top of the castle, looking down at the sky and the floating island, and and then kind of the open, it just looks like clouds and sky that's surrounding you, and you're like walking, pacing the perimeter of this top rooftop of the castle, and you're like looking out. And so I get that you're looking for perspective, and so now I'm brought back to yourself, only being able to see what you see in the mirror and know that existence. And I'm getting that you're looking for perspective to help you kind of gain more wisdom for maybe your existence. And so then I call down your higher self, and your higher self comes down and is like a green alien / ogre with a pirate hat and a bustier, but it's like not a bustier, it's more like an Elizabethan, like a corset and a big hoop dress. And so this is taking on like future and different, like, it's basically showing me, yes, that we're dealing with past lives here, and a need to know the past lives, because I got alien and Elizabethan times and pirate. And so then I asked your higher self, I said, what's for the greatest good for this person to know at this point in time? And they said that you if you connected in and started to work and do some work on your past lives, that it would help to unite and bring more clarity on your soul's journey. So it felt like they wanted you to begin to look into your incarnations, your different incarnations, and to open it. It's like they want to open your eyes, and I would assume doing this work for you, you're going to get lots of patterning and different lessons and things that have been tried to be achieved during these past lives, that will really help you in this lifetime to close a lot of those kind of circles. And so I'll try to put together a meditation for you. I mean, there's lots of great people who do past life regression, but if you give me a few days, I'll try and record a past life regression for you and send it to you. But also, and that's of course if this connects. So send me an email if this connects, and then I'll do that for you. And then I just want you to know too, for me, when I started to become and recognize my clairvoyance, at the most powerful was when I was led through a past life regression. It actually opened me up to recognize that what I was seeing in my head was actually seeing clearly in a clairvoyant state. So past life regression could really help to open you up to a lot of answers and things maybe that are swirling around your head, but you just consider to be your normal existence. So with light and love.